Hey everybody, David the AI Guide here. Welcome to another episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And in Medium, I'm now writing an article about once every 2 weeks. The last one was on convergence, a very interesting topic. Check that out. And finally, click the link below for your free AI resource. Learn more about AI, which is critical to your working career, and we're going to talk about that right now. So today's video focuses on GPT-3, which we've talked about before, a breakthrough natural language processing application, NLP, and it's breakthrough because this article explains it's 10 times as powerful as the previous market-leading NLP program. 10 times as powerful. That's why it works so well. And you can see this when you are typing emails and you get your auto suggestions. This is a perfect example of NLP in action. So this article specifically talks about how Microsoft is using GPT-3. Microsoft has invested $1 billion in GPT-3, which GPT-3, as you know, was started by Elon Musk and some others as a nonprofit to make AI accessible to everybody. And since Microsoft invested $1 billion in it, it's gone from this nonprofit mode to sort of a hybrid model between for-profit and nonprofit. And it'll be interesting to see how that works because GPT-3 was invented by OpenAI during a period when it was basically a pure scientific research outfit, and GPT-3 and OpenAI are morphing into more of application-oriented, for-profit applications. So we'll see how that transition goes. But the interesting thing in this article is that Microsoft is using GPT-3 to create their low-code, no-code environment. And we talked about this recently in the last month or so on another video. So AI is going the direction that other aspects of science and technology have gone recently. So we've talked about how NASA is using citizen scientists to help analyze the avalanche of data that all of the NASA satellites and other assets are generating because they need help, and they need help from people. And with the new tools that are available, everyday people can analyze huge data sets and help NASA find answers to questions that they're trying to answer. Well, the same goes true for AI. And using GPT-3, Microsoft is enabling the average citizen to program in AI. So how does this work? Well, instead of having to know code and being able to write in code what you want the algorithm to do, you can speak to this platform using GPT-3, and the platform will suggest the algorithm that you need. Now, you need to make sure it's going to give you what you want it to give you. And they give an example. Show me 10 things listed under kids that also include stroller. This is an e-commerce shopping platform application that they're talking about, where people are looking for something, but you have to actually program this into the platform. And with this new platform that Microsoft has, they are providing the everyday person the ability to write code for their shopping platform. The actual code writing is based on Microsoft Excel. So most of you now in this day and age have seen and used Excel. It's a very powerful platform for manipulating numbers. And after all, algorithms, AI algorithms, are mathematical representations of reality. It's math. So using Excel to generate these algorithms that were spoken and requested is an interesting solution. And we're going to see the power of Excel continue to expand as it morphs from a passive data analysis platform into an AI-driven AI algorithm recommendation engine. So this is a big change, but it's the direction that all things are headed. This is why we here at the AI Guide continue to say, you got to learn about AI, because every job is going to require basic and even a little bit above basic knowledge of AI in a very short period of time. I'm going to say within 5 years. So if you don't know anything about AI, you are going to rapidly get left behind this decade. That's why it's critical for you to learn it. So with this low-code, no-code thrust, it will be easier for non-programmers to learn how to use AI, write AI, and deploy AI. And this is your key to the future, whether you end up being a farmer, working at a trucking firm, working in a medical environment, working at a law office, working on Wall Street. No matter what you're doing, you will have to know AI. So this is a very cool article about the thrust to bringing AI to the masses. And what the head of this effort at Microsoft says is that this is going to create 100 million new AI programmers in the world who are low-code, no-code based. This is a staggering number. And it's what I've been encouraging you to do, is to use the free resource. And I'm about to deploy a second free resource that will take you to the next step, which is to begin to learn AI coding, which you can do from home in your spare time now. So instead of watching endless TV, why not invest in yourself and do something to change your life? Because people who learn to master these new technologies like low-code, no-code AI programming and regular AI programming will be able to write their own ticket and make very good money. So do yourself a favor and check out that free resource. Watch for the second free resource coming very shortly. And stay tuned for what industries that you need to be focusing on to have an AI-safe career. This is a perfect example of one and something to consider. Thank you so much for tuning in. Click the link below to get the resource. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Look for the new shorts. Those are cool. AI in 60 seconds. You'll like those because they bring breaking news in very short increments. And we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for tuning in.